How's it going? After another premature exit to the postseason to the Houston Astros and a 2-0 defeat, we move on to the offseason. And we did make offers for a manager with Ronald Rodriguez and an offer for a first base coach with Robert Sasaski, or no idea. Not gonna do it. But after a day of thinking, and I'm gonna make these moves first. Garrett Crochet making that 5.8 next year. I think this is as cheap as you could really get him, and I'm gonna bring him back. Even after a down year, I like bringing him back. And we're gonna also bring back Stephen Kwan. And actually, I hope we heard what I had to say, but anyway, made a decision to accept the offers, the contract options on them, and thinking long and hard on what I want to do in the off season. It's definitely interesting. You got Caleb Ferguson here, who is also 3.9 million for Ferguson. I don't see why we don't bring Ferguson back here. But after carefully thinking and going through what I want to do, I've really thought about just giving the tender offer to Jordan and receive a draft pick. But after the success we had in the regular season, of course, it all starts and ends at that point, at this point. I figured only having 1 year of Jordan Alvarez, I don't think it's fair. I think we deserve another year, and let's run it back with Jordan and see if we can get him to come back. And it's only going to be a 1 year kind of deal, but $33 million. We'll see if he wants to come back. Another thing interesting, she got Hunter Brown here, who only wants 15 million for another year. With the offer to Jordan, you're at about 104 million in budget, and you got to fill in a lot of spots here because you're losing Ruiz and Garcia, Brash, Rise. Who he actually wants 6 million now. I thought he only wanted 4. Yeah, I just don't see me bringing a lot of these guys back. Casey Mize, I'm not paying 20 million for him. I wish he wanted more so I could tender offer him, but it's just not quite at that level. I mean, he kind of wants a longer term deal, and I'd be worried if I do that they would accept it, and I don't want to be on the hook for 23 million for Casey Mize or Freddie Furman, or even Hunter Brown for that matter. I'm at this point, I'm willing to let all of these guys walk and test free agency because the free agent pool is pretty special, to be honest. Freddie Furman and Freddie Freeman. And Freddie Furman. Okay, yeah. Make the offer to Jordan and we'll continue to move. Ronald Rodriguez is no longer interested in the manager offer, and yeah, we would love to. So both of our coach options just said no thank you. Kind of hurts. You got Leonard Keno here. Jonathan Item looks kind of interesting. That's got Juan Chavez, who I don't mind. Kind of like Juan Chavez here. Maybe he is actually going to be the guy for us. Let's make an offer for Juan. And we got to go to first base. And they're offering him $5 million. I don't think we're going to be able to get Keno in that spot. And let's try to get Steven Morello. Jordan still hasn't signed. Juan Chavez has taken the offer to be our manager, not our first choice. Jordan still not sure. Well, I guess we'll tender the qualifying offer, and this will be our final offer to Jordan. $34 million. And I'm actually starting to think that we're not going to keep Jordan around with the way that this is going. Brian De La Cruz signs a new contract. Stevenson signs back with the Braves. The Braves signed Spencer Strider to $100 million. Mike Trout is a free agent after getting his almost $40 million deal declined. Michael Kopech in an extension. Justin Steele going to be a free agent. Bobby Miller re-signs with the Dodgers for $100 million. Spencer Strider we've seen. Alex Lange comes back to the World Series Giants. Anthony Santander. The Astros don't even want to pay him $4 million, which is just insane. I mean, I'll pay him $4 million if that's what he wants. I'll love for him to be a backup outfielder for us. Wouldn't have to pitch to him anymore. I think that's the end of the news. Jordan Alvarez might be on his way out of town with him not accepting our offer yet. He will go to free agency. And he will be the second best player out there. Well, actually, he's the best player in the class. I'm fine with my $34 million a year offer, and if he doesn't take it, then I guess I'll have to move on. Lots of free agents here, though, and we have some holes in the lineup. Missing a lot right now. Need Melendez back to where he's supposed to be. Noah Curtis as well. And let's look at the rotation here, and this is what we have. Going into the season, definitely think need another arm. And I didn't re-sign Sandelin, and I think I should have before we got to this point, but we do need lefties. I need to add a lefty first going into the season. So yeah, we need catcher and second base. Catcher, second base, and a DH if Jordan doesn't come back. Those are our big needs, and of course we need a starter or two. 40-man rosters. We could lose all these players. We got Estevan Tejada. And looking at the 40-man, we're 26 right now. Anyone, Kevin Kopps could get taken off. There's players that could get taken off if have to be. But let's start adding some players. Pete Washington will be added to the 40-man. We will add Edgar Vargas. He's Rule 5 eligible, and we'll add him to the 40-man for now. Tim Horner is eligible. Add him. And with Tejada, I don't feel like losing him in the Rule 5 draft. Bronson Aaron is an interesting one. I don't know if he'll get picked or not. I don't know if a team would carry a catcher on their team with that low of an overall. Gonzalez, I'm fine with losing him. Could lose Nathan Webb, oh wow. This is really my best way. We will not lose top prospect Mark Career to the Rule 5 draft yet, so kind of good to see. Peyton Wilson, I don't care if he goes. Andres Santiago, we're fine if that happens. Rick France, already Rule 5 eligible. Huh. Hasn't even been on the team that long. Martin Gonzalez, Ishino, Bronson Aaron is an interesting one. He's really not ready for me to add to the 40-man. I don't think he'll be ready in 3 years. He's one that I'd like to just see if they don't take him. I mean, I would hope they just take Villalobos, honestly, but you never know. I would hope that he wouldn't get taken now. Like I said, you never know. But going to our biggest need, and that's catcher, and Tyler Soderstrom has only been qualified, and he would definitely be someone I wouldn't mind bringing in. He can hit both sides. He gets on base. He's got good slugging, and he's really not played with good players, so I mean the RBIs could really skyrocket on the right team. Bo Naylor, you got Sean Murphy, or it could be a cheap kind of guy you go with. Look at all those Kirks to go with it. And of course, Diego Cartellera, not a fan of him. Before him hitting home runs off me in the World Series. Blake Sable, he actually is interesting. He could be a nice cheap option to play catcher, and he's not the worst kind of catcher. Blocking is kind of not his strong suit. Connor Wong, that's real cheap if you look that far down. Patrick Bailey, the switch hitting catcher, but he's more of a lefty hitter. And if I was going to do that, I'd rather get Francisco Mejia. Who is definitely is a nice cheap veteran option. Nolan Chanel is not made the qualifying offer to, and he's got great vision, great clutch. He wants 19. Vinny Pasquantino. He wants 7 mil. What a deal. This would be a perfect deal for someone who needed a guy like Vinny. I would personally don't want him. But what a deal this would be, actually. Cold Keith with the qualifying offer made, and no offer was made to Keith. And he's looking at, he wants 25 mil. And if I'm being honest, other than Yordan Alvarez, my top get in the offseason is Cold Keith, and I'm very high on him. I would love to get him. Jordan Westberg. Kind of a contact first guy, but on the older side. Alex Bregman is a free agent. And he's a very solid hitter. Looking at about for 10. He plays short, first, and left. That's cool. Definitely an interesting player. Ellie De La Cruz is looking for a very lot. 39 million is his demand. And I mean, it's fair enough for him to demand it. He's been almost a 300 hitter for 3 straight seasons, and him and Bobby Witt would be an awesome combination. Ellie would play third or second. I'd probably slot him in at third with the arm that he has, and we'd let Garcia move over to second base, but I don't think I'm willing to break the bank for Ellie De La Cruz. Zach Neto, he's developed into quite a player. Free agent, you got Luis Angel Acuna, Ronald Acuna's younger brother, and he's put together some decent years. Tommy Edman, who just got traded to, I believe, the Dodgers today. I can't believe a lot of these trades today. Jazz Chisholm to the Yankees was crazy. That was just the other day, but wow, $312 million for Carter. He wants the LA De La Cruz contract as well. Jordan Walker is only qualified, and he only wants $15 million. And I'm in on Walker. Now, he is definitely put up some good years, and I think maybe I should backload this. $21.2 mil for 4 years for Jordan Walker. This would be a huge signing right here. He can hit. He's a good player, and he's not even getting the qualifying offer. This would be the first contract that we would backload. It'd be interesting. I mean, Walker is an interesting player for sure. I mean, if we go 3 years, we definitely could get him for a little cheaper. This is like an atomic bomb right now But signing Walker would be huge. His batting clutch is 79. It's pretty good. I like it. Obviously, his power went down a little bit, but I'm not concerned. I think Walker would be a stellar player for our team. If we backloaded, it's the difference of having $5 more million to get guys to sign. I'm gonna backload it. I'm gonna make a very good offer to Walker. The Angels are gonna lose everybody. Is that Joe Adell? No, he was a Diamondback. Okay. Kyle Spell. Dominic Fletcher is getting $20 million a year? Oh my god. I would never pay this much for Fletcher. Wow. I mean, he's a 90. He's a solid player, but wow, I would never. Whoa. So Houston didn't want to pay Santander $4 million, and he wants $6 million. I'm really confused on why Houston wouldn't want to do that. Honestly, genuinely confused. Evan Sheets. 4.8. That's kind of a nice bench bat. He's coming off a year where he slugged good. Brent Roker. Not really high on his skill set. Mickey Moniak could kind of be a guy for me. I like Mickey, but how much though? $7 million, I don't know for Mickey. Byron Buxton. He's got a good power. Still got some speed. That's just way too much money. We're at 54. So we're looking at about 70 million. And let's look at some of these starting pitchers. And you got Gavin Williams out here right now. And he could only ask for 17 mil. You could get 1 year of Gavin Williams for real cheap. He just came off winning a Cy Young. Here I am, might be signing another Cy Young winner. Coming off their Cy Young season. Do I want Gavin Williams or do I want someone else? Taj Bradley could be interesting. No, actually, I don't think I want Taj at all. And Hunter Brown's asking price went up while we let him go to free agency, so. Brian Bello. Isn't really a guy in free agency that's like young that you could get something out of. Chase Silseth is really falling apart. We got Gill. Just not. Wow, there's a lot of bad pitchers when you get down to this area. You do got Max Fried, and he's coming off his worst year. Want to sign up for that one? You got Corbin Burns all the way down here. He's coming off his worst year. Castillo. You're getting to an ugly stage once you get down to here. Very ugly. Tony Gonsolin, man. Remember when he was awesome for the Dodgers? A year ago? And now he is Dustin May is not that interesting. I like Gavin Williams here. The pitch clutch is really high too. Harrison is interesting, and I would love to get one of these, especially a Yuri Perez, but Perez is going to ask for only 20 mil? What? Oh man, I would love Yuri Perez right now. Like this, to get Yuri Perez for 2 years would be sensational. But is he going to be a good pitcher if we get him? You know, he's coming off a down year. He's got 98 pitch clutch. I mean, he looks sensational, like stat and attribute wise, but the numbers are a little bit different. He had similar FIP to 2026, just different results. The component ERA is pretty solid, though. It's actually better. Maybe he just had a bad luck with the home run ball. He does give up home runs. I mean, this is a lot to pay for a pitcher that we don't know, though. Like, we know that he's a high overall and all that, but we don't know if... I don't know if it's worth it. Throwing all this money at an unknown. Seems like Gavin Williams is the play. I could sign up for a year for Gavin Williams. I'm in on him. I'll throw 17 million towards him and see if he jumps. I know what I would do if someone threw 17 million at me. Uribe. He wants 13. I mean, well deserved. Good for him. 99 pitch clutch, 99 home run per 9, 98 hits per 9. Disgusting pitcher he's become, but I am not paying 13 million for any reliever. Just couldn't do it. Mason Miller is available. He does not want much. See, the only thing is I want a lefty. You got Sam Hedges, but he's coming off a bad year. Genesis Cabrera. The pitch clutch is not where you like it. I think I should just focus on getting the best pitcher I can instead of who's the righty or a lefty. So it really just comes down to, I want Nick Sandelin to come back after a down year. Still got that 99 pitch clutch and hits per 9. I think he can bounce back after having a down year. I mean, he really didn't pitch much these 2 years, and maybe he's just not that good. You know, based on the sample size. Maybe I do just look in a different direction that I didn't even think was possible. We got Mason Miller right here. You can definitely pitch innings. And gives up the home run a lot, though. What is the K per 9? It's only 8. I don't know if Miller is a safe bet. I'll throw one offer out to Miller. I'm kind of skeptical if I might pull this offer. Trevor Steven be better? I mean, you're off. You got to give him 7.5 million to get him though. James Karachek is interesting. The walk per 9 is very scary though. But he's got 98 hit per 9, 98 K per 9, and 98 pitch and clutch. But the numbers say don't do it. Is there like a guy down here that is like a sleeper? Joel Payamps. Jason Adam. Maybe Pache is a sleeper that we could add, and I don't know, man. This is just really far down to me. Maybe closer is better to look at. Like, you're gonna have to pay Josh Hader more money, but I mean, not really though. He wants 4.9 million. Maybe I move. Maybe I take Josh Hader for a year. Josh Hader for 5 million? I mean, why not? Now, 80 million in offers, 50 million left. We still have money for Tyler Soderstrom if that's what we want to do. And Soderstrom wouldn't be someone I want long term, but I wouldn't mind trying to win a championship this year. And he definitely could help. We got Henry Davis as well, who's interesting, but not as interesting to me. See, now if he was asking for 23 million, I could have gave him the qualifying offer, but nonetheless. Got Jake Rogers here, not really. And wow, dude, you want a lot of money, Jake. Let's make ourselves known in the Soderstrom business. See, this is the guy right here, man. I want Colt Keith. Like, I don't really want Tyler Soderstrom. I'm actually just gonna withdraw. I'm not that high on him. I want Colt Keith. I want to get him. Like, I could get Soderstrom too, but like number one priority is Colt Keith, and oh man, I really want him. Holy cow, Gary. Wow, Levi Gilliam, dude, I was projected to go in the first round. He's all the way down to 45 overall in free agency. Holy cow. Dude should just retire. Troy McGregor, Conor McGregor's friend. Christian Yelich, the former MVP. Maybe we sign Yelich to the bench. He wants 4 mil. I mean, he kind of would suck, but trying to brainstorm here. Didn't Rosarena leave? No, he stayed. Huh. Wait a minute. They cut him and then gave him the qualifying offer? You guys are wild. These are the offers we have at the moment, but wondering if there should be more. Eduardo Julian is available. Kind of a poor man's Cold Keith at an older age. But still a good bat. I mean, you're getting power at a second base position where you don't see power from. And he could hit. Speed is pretty good, actually. He could play the outfield. I mean, a very bad outfielder, but he could play it. Gavin Lux here. Gleyber Torres. Yeah, Zach Geloff. Jonathan India. Tell Marte Parte. Could we bring the Marte Parte to Kansas City? 8 million. No way, bro. Christian Arroyo still plays baseball. Pretty crazy. Jeff McNeil. When you bring in players this old, then you have to worry if they're going to hold up. I want a bat that can hit lefties, but isn't going to be the starter. And I just can't really see that right now. Rodolfo Castro would be perfect. I just don't like the hitting clutch. I mean, do I have to like something for a bench player? Not really. Definitely a good option, I think. Arcia would never come to this team. Do not need players like him. Rodolfo Castro. Had him in the Rockies series and just give him 4 mil. Just beat the Nationals offer up a little bit. What else do we need on the team? Castro would be a bench bat, second base platoon option. We're getting second base, and then we need DH. I mean, could Stephen Kwan get traded if we get Um, if we get Jordan Walker, I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, even MJ Melendez could be the guy that goes. I mean, he is on a cheap contract, and that's kind of what makes him valuable at this point, but not seeing the ultimate production we want to see from him. Can we move on from Cross? It's possible. He's kind of yet to really prove himself on the big league level. I think we get the players and we worry about how we handle it. And we still haven't tendered contracts yet, and this is kind of a half backwards way of doing things. And honestly, I need all the money I can get, so Vigo, I'm very sorry to treat you like this, but come on, bro. Come on, bro. Bro, wait a minute. I don't even think Ignacio would be on the team, to be honest. He's kind of just on the team right now, but Bubba Chandler did pitch for us last year, and fine with that. I really don't care if it's right or wrong at this point. I'm kind of all in on this year and worry about right or wrong after we hold up a title. Can't believe I didn't do this. It's gonna be the worst free agents episode ever. Went backwards. I was so excited to just get into the free agents that I forgot that I have to offer these guys contracts. My team would have been destroyed. And it would have been all my fault. Ha 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 ha. Jesus, this is a good amount of players to go through right about now. See, this is how they get you. Nobody available for arbitration, and we still have these players that could be picked in the Rule 5 draft, and definitely interesting. Now, where are we at in offers? I have 90 million pending, still got 43 million. And yeah, offer to Williams, Walker, Castro. I think we can go one day safely. Yordan Alvarez goes to the Brewers. Wow. Yordan did me dirty. We get Jordan Walker on the news of that. Yordan goes to the Brewers. Says goodbye. Wow. So, yeah. Jordan Walker would slot in as the DH. That is a slap in the face, to say the least. But we did just get 80 mil, and now it is open season. Anybody can come now, really. Didn't we had 5 guys who, oh, we had Jordan Walker and then dude declined, so I'm pretty dumbfounded that Walker, that Jordan was just gone that quick. Pretty annoying, but I did get a draft pick for him. I didn't want to. He only wanted 32, and I gave him 34. He just wanted the security. Good for him. Happy for him. Tried to win with him, didn't work, and just missed out on an opportunity, really. If we could have had Keith, Walker, Jordan, and Witt, I think we had more than enough to win, and we never know now. But I think it's okay. Everything happens for a reason, and we'll never quite know the reason, but everything does happen for a reason, so there's that. Kind of just threw a wrench into what I want to do. I guess you could go in on Soderstrom now without, I like the idea. Let's go Tyler Soderstrom. Now that we know that we don't have to save the money there. So 51 million, 60 million available. We need 25 for Colt. The cult of personality. I'm just shaking my head, honestly. I'm just still amazed over that development. I mean, with him not signing, we could get De La Cruz if the qualifying offer goes away. Kind of worried about Simmon another day. It's just, I feel like there's something I need to look at, and I'm just not seeing it right now. And once it's gone, I'd understand probably more, but we did okay. We got Mason Miller. That's what it was. He signed with us. Is that enough bullpen arms? Well, we'll find out after we get Hader. I think Hader would make it enough, but we need the starting pitcher. And honestly, I think we need another guy. And could have just Hunter Brown got. I was gonna say, did Hunter Brown just sign? Can we just bring Hunter Brown back? I mean, the goal is to win, and Hunter Brown would help. If we bring Brown back, we'd have one lefty and 4 righties. Maybe we want a lefty here. Is there a lefty that you could put in there, though? And I don't think there is. Abbott, but Abbott is not the pitcher that Brown is by any stretch. Nobody in on Freddie Fermin yet. Chicago trying to get the Nailers to play together. Pretty cool. I love seeing the family reunite. You know, that is cool. York Perez is definitely an option. I mean, but if we get Keith 25 mil, would that be enough to get Perez? Oh, in a perfect world, I think that'd be cool. So, I mean, we could... I mean, there's teams in on Perez right now. He could sign the next day. I'm willing to move one day ahead. And Steven Morello does not take our job. So, we're still trying to find a manager after all this time. Well, not a manager, but a first base coach, and the names are getting more and more thin as with the days go on. Got Memphis Cruz, someone I was interested in the beginning. Alex Payne. Let's go David Popkins. Why not? Maybe he will want to come and be our first base coach. No one else seems to want to be that. I'm just still shaking my head over Jordan just signing so quickly to the... Like, did they tamper or something? Like, was there tampering going on? Why did he sign so quick? No free agency moves really happening. Here's Yuri Perez going to the Mariners. Tyler Soderstrom comes to the Royals, and so does Josh Hader. So that's 2 down. Now Williams and Castro still lurking. So with that gone, Hunter Green's probably not going to be an option here, but if he was to be, it'd be about 23 million, but do we now want to make the offer to Hunter Brown just to make sure we get somebody? I mean, if you get Brown, you still got money for Keefe. Oh my God, if the Brewers get Keefe and... I swear to God, if the Brewers get Keefe, I'm going to be PO'd. I really don't want to lose a draft pick, but I don't want to lose Keefe either. Like, geez Louise, they're going to take everybody. I don't know if I can sleep knowing I lost Cold Keefe to the Brewers too. They would easily be the favorites to win the title. I'm going to go in on Keefe. And I'll offer Keefe 26 million. If you sign with the Milwaukee Brewers, I will fight you. I'd rather you not take my offer until the qualifying offer gets pulled, but the Braves are making a super offer here to De La Cruz. And with the money offered to Keefe now, we're looking at about a good amount of money still. So let's look at the lineup here. Tyler Soderstrom slots in a catcher. We're still looking for our second base. And then with the second baseman slotted, you need 2 people for the bench. Isbell comes back. And for the bench, I mean, you're going to need an outfielder, right? Definitely need some outfielders. Probably 2 outfielders or a utility. You know, just somebody. Obviously not going to be Dominic Fletcher. His expensiveness. Anthony Santander, or as we call him, Anthony Santander. Why not? 5.5 million. He's got a good batting clutch. It's up there. And what else can he play? He can play first. That's cool. Let's see. Let's make an offer for Ruiz to come back then. I mean, no one's offering him. I'll offer him 6. Very, very mean offer, I know. Oswaldo Cabrera could be another guy that we offer to. He's interesting. Let's just sim ahead though. Go a couple days. Now, this is our last day to put someone on the 40-man roster. We're still waiting on these people to decide. just make this an even number. Looking at 25 million still. Do we want to risk losing Bronson Aaron? Or do we think we should just add him onto the roster? Would any team take him is just kind of my question. Like, yeah, the Pirates for whatever reason. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, the Athletics more than could. I'll put him on the roster after seeing that. I mean, after. I don't know, man. It's just. I don't like setting the clock on there in this early. You know what? I do, because if he ain't ready by 27, then he's not worth it anyway, so. Let's look at the depth chart. They don't even have Bronson Aaron popping up in 2034. Well, maybe they do. No, they don't. So, interesting. Where do they got Walker at? Is Walker even on the depth chart? Oh, there he is. Oh, well. Man, I really wanted Yuri Perez, man. I really did. If Cold Keith goes to the Brewers, I might just shut my Xbox off, honestly. And by that, I'm just kidding, but... And Anthony Santander signed, so we got a good bench bat in Santander. The Phillies have jumped into the mix for Gavin Williams, and so have the Cubs. You know, with these teams jumping out, let's just give Gavin Williams a fair $20 million offer. The Diamondbacks have jumped us, and let's go to 80. You know, we do have extra money, so we can eat some of this. Not as much as I really wanted to pay for him, but I really want him. So we do get ahead again by increasing our offer up. Ellie De La Cruz goes to the Brewers. Wow. The Brewers are building a super team. Hunter Green to the Phillies for $200 million. Gavin Williams comes to us. That has to take him out of the Cold Keith, right? While the Astros are trying to get Evan Carter. And the Brewers are still in on Keith. I mean, we're sitting on $20 million. And really, you know, what do we want to upgrade with that $20 million? You need a bench bat. We need Colt Keith. Like, I emphasize that we need him. We might have to overpay for him. I might increase it to 30 just to make sure he comes. I think I'll go 85 million, and then, this is about as much as I'm willing to give. 28.3 for the 28-year-old. A lot of money. And yeah, I think that really grabbed his attention there. Now, looking at starting pitchers, you got Hunter Brown. Just saying. We're sitting on 21 million. Hunter Brown is there for the taking out. Bryce Miller. Not that interesting looking at him. Do you bring Brown back? Brown, 20 quality starts, pretty good WAR. He was pretty good. Not as good as his Cy Young year, but I'll make the offer. Why not? I don't know if I really want to do this. Honestly, if I get a pitcher, I think I'll just trade for one. I think securing Colt Keith. Okay, we finally get a first base coach. Securing Colt Keith is number one. And not giving up the draft pick for him and getting the one from the Brewers is definitely gonna be great. I mean, if you lowball him, it's just, I don't know. I think it makes more sense to trade for a pitcher at this point. Colt Keith signs. So now we are penciled in. Wow, this team could have been even better. And that's the thing that frustrates me. I mean, we wouldn't have got Soderstrom. We would have had Jordan. Would have had Colt Keith. We probably would have traded Melendez away to get a catcher along with prospects. This team would have been amazing if we kept Jordan. I'm very disappointed that we didn't get him. We do got Rodolfo Castro on the team now, and he will bat against lefties when Colt Keith has an off day. Don't really want Colt Keith to face lefties that much, but maybe we do actually. I mean, you can hit him. I didn't notice that he had good contact left, so maybe he is a full timer there. A lot of money to give to Colt Keith, but on the back end, we're not going to be paying him that much. He's going to be a good player. I don't know. This definitely is a very talented team, but I mean, what could have been is really the head scratching thing. Where is Evan Williams? There we go. So, I mean, we could potentially have this as the lineup, but it would probably be more of Caleb Collier over Avila. Avila really earned a spot up here with 114 innings pitched. He pretty much had a better year than Asal Lacy ever has, but in a shorter sample size. I really hope that's what Almanzar can do in his second full season. I don't know. I'm really dumbfounded here, honestly. We're sitting on 15 million and Casey Mize finally has an offer and it's from Tampa Bay. Maybe there's like a low end starter, like Tanner Beebe could be interesting. How much does Tanner Beebe want? 7 mil? I could do that for Beebe. I'm not that disinterested. I kind of like Tanner. What's his quality starts? 12 quality starts. Tough, man. That's a tough one. What could you pay for Gill? I mean, he's not that good of a pitcher, though. You're not paying for quality if you do that. Like Blake Snow is a better pitcher right now. Well, other than when it comes to walking people. Do you just spend the money to spend the money, or do you be fair? I think something to think about is definitely increasing the offer to Stoy. Him wanting 9 million is just outrageous. I'll give you 7.5. A little bit more fair. Evan Carter's getting the bag wherever he goes. What if I just offered Hunter Brown like 10 mil? What if he came for 10 mil? I guess you wouldn't know until you try. Brandon Pfaadt goes to the Twins. Dominic Fletcher jumps to the World Series winning Giants. They continue to add. Jordan Westburg, the third baseman, heads to the Nationals on a pretty sound deal, and I like that move for them. They're an up-and-coming team, and make a good move there. I mean, we pretty much are going to lose out on Tanner Beebe. Gotta hope that Hunter Brown comes. And I just feel like one day we're gonna Hunter Brown. Yeah, I see. That's Dustin May, Evan Carter, 400 million to the Baltimore Orioles. Hunter Brown, 5 years, 81 million to the Mets. So now with that curveball being thrown at us, Casey Mize back to Detroit would be cool. I think we'll go with BB here. I'll give you what you want. Pause. Let's get to the winter meetings and the draft lottery. And who will win the draft lottery this time around? Always fun to see. I didn't really look. Dude, how did the Mets have had the first pick? I think this is the third time now. It's honestly bad. The Mets jump one spot over the Blue Jays and get the first pick again. The Mets should have a super team right now. They have 3 first round picks, 3 number 1 picks, and then all these superstars that they've signed. They should have a super team right now, but they have not done it correct. I can't believe Baltimore ended up with Evan Carter. Kyle Harrison rather take less money to go play for the Padres over the Rockies. If Chanel goes to the Baltimore, then they're back in business with that move. Like they are winning in December. Joey Reamer goes to the Twins. Bryce Terang to the Rangers. Luis Angel Acuna goes to the Nationals. Bryce Miller to the Cardinals. Ober leaves Detroit and heads on to Colorado. The Yankees sign Casey Mize. Good for them. The Rule 5 draft. Gunnar Hoagland goes. Keith O'Neill. Felix Del Villar. Yeah, I think I definitely could have kept dude off, but I mean Villalobos is high up there. I don't know. Zapata, I feel like he was a first round pick. I don't know. I don't definitely don't want auto draft. And they did take a catcher. Wow, I'm very shocked at. Whew. Maybe we could have kept Bronson Aaron off. Lesson learned. Sal Frelick goes to the Cubs. Freddie Furman to the Cubs. I didn't even remember Furman was on there. He got signed. 21.4. He really wanted to come back. You could tell. Tanner Beebe no longer interested. Kyle Harrison to the Padres. Matt Warner to the Orioles. Dean Kramer is off to the Dodgers. And we're stuck with not much left. Break Snow. He wants a lot of money though. I think we look at the trade block potentially to find our guy that we want. I really wanted Perez, man. That was the guy. And man, Paul Skeens would be the perfect player for me to trade for. But he's on a contending team. Wouldn't be right. Combs is awesome, man. He is. He is cool. I don't really see. I mean, Reed Detmers, but I'm more interested in a rental kind of player. I'm just not seeing one out there other than Daniel Espino. Well, he's not a rental either. I mean, maybe we just have to roll with what we got. I mean, I don't know if there's a trade out there to be made for a starting pitcher. I'd love to make a deal for Skeens. It just doesn't make sense for them to deal Skeens. And now with the Brewers going all in, it doesn't make sense for them to trade Gore. I'd really have to think outside the box on who I'd want. Cease could be interesting, but don't know why the Phillies would do it. Other than, I guess, that they have 5 pitchers that are A potential, and Aaron Nola. Wow, dude, that is a lot of money they're spending on pitching right now. And Hunter Green making $13 million. It's crazy. Hunter Brown only making 12. I mean, he got a good deal. I'm happy for him. Maybe Eddie Cabrera is the guy we go for. I mean, it's not the worst idea, especially at that salary. Man, the Mariners, man. Maybe we trade for Singer back? You want Singer to come back? It's really tough to decide what we would do. Sandoval's been solid for Boston. I mean, we have so much pitching in this organization. We have Collier, we have Harding, we got Lopez, we now got Goodwin, we got Horner, we got Santana, we got Washington, we got Ruiz, we got Vargas. Like, we'll go to. We got Edgar Costa, who we just drafted. Another great pitcher. No, it's just, I don't know. Evan Phillips getting traded to the Blue Jays for Thomas White. Henry Davis goes to the Dodgers. Still have a chance to sign one of these guys. I just don't think Luis Gil is going to be good. I'd love to sign him, but signing people just to sign them doesn't seem the right way of going about it. I think we'll end it. This will be the end of free agency. We will. Johan Rojas. The White Sox making a little bit of noise. Jared Trio. Jump ship to the Braves. And Drew Vaughn to the Athletics. Good deal. $9 million for a guy that could actually have a great season for. I like that move. Nolan Shamo is still a free agent along with Zach Neto, Adamas. Yeah, for some great players here. Frank Grisham is turning down a $17 million per year deal right now. Holy cow. Eduardo Julian is still a free agent? Can I get back in line? Luis Arise? Say it ain't so. Oh, so we haven't gotten Luis back. I think if it wasn't for his speed, I would really bring Arise back, but man, like, no, I think I'm fine with what we got. I would love Eduardo Julian goes to the Nationals. Cool. Tommy Edman, $4 million. Willie Adames makes $6 million to go to the Mets. Zach Neto goes to the Nationals. How many people are the Nationals? And they get Nolan Chanel too. The Nationals are making moves. They're about to be the national list. Astor Ruiz reluctantly resigns. And the best free agents now are Ketel Marte and Zach McKinstry. Owen Arenado down here. Joe Musgrove, Wilson Contreras, Jordan Money. Ramon Riviano is still a 70 overall. It's kind of crazy to see. Ryan McMahon. Man, I used to love Ryan McMahon in Diamond Dynasty. He was a cool player. He would hit that baby out of the park. Sanchez, Juan Guerrero. The man that can play every position other than catcher. Throw Tatum. JT Realmuto. Giovanni Gallegos, remember him when he was good? Carlos Rodon. Sir Anthony Dominguez, Reese Hoskins. Miles Straw. Jose Altuve. I mean, at this point, do you just fill out the AAA roster? Got 92 people on the team. I mean, I'm willing to bring a couple guys in to play some AAA. I mean, will they still... They'll probably still be there when I start the year. Yep, here's spring training, and yep, sitting on 92 players. We're usually under... We don't have enough players, but this year we have enough, so... Look, it can't hurt to add, though. Why not bring in one of my favorite, Alvaro Domingo? This dude was a freaking monster in the World Series against me. And he hit 20 free home runs. He's just going to sit in free agency. I'd sign Domingo. I just don't want to sign him for that. go sign one of everyone's favorite player. Everyone loves. Where is he? Did someone sign him? No, no. Shintaro Fujinami? Wow, he's still playing. Oh, well, let's just go to second base. Can't seem to find him. Let's go sign everyone's favorite player, Jose Altuve, on a stick. Paying him $1.3 million to play AAA baseball. Why not? Not paying anyone $2 million to play AA or AAA, whatever you want to call it. Any legends? Well, not legends, but just really good. Jock Peterson. Love Jock Peterson. Full roster prevents me from signing Jock Peterson too. And let's look at free agency next year. Nathaniel Loeb, it's a weak class, but a lot of Pirates. Juan Soto, Brian Hayes, Skeens, Cease, Holiday, Duran, Williams, Ethan Salas. It's not the weakest class, I guess. Chris Paddock, Colson Montgomery. Let's see if the trade block got. No, it's empty. And this is not the final lineup, but this is what it looks like for now. We tried to run it back, but and Yordan Alvarez wasn't feeling it. He wanted to go to the Brewers. And I think they tampered because they said, we're going to get De La Cruz. We're going to give you a 10-year contract. Not a 10-year, but close. He's making 50 M's in 2037, and he will be 39 years old, making $50 million. Brewers are in win now mode and screw the future mode after. I'm never going to commit to that kind of money to a player that I have not developed on my own. But we have a new core. We have Witt, Walker, Keefe, and we even have Soderstrom in that core. And with the money left over, we definitely have room for a trade if there's one to be made. You know, if a certain position needs to get upgraded, like left field, could always offer up Melendez plus. And like players that could fit the bill for that. Obviously not touching Evan Carter. Rick Rocker is not going anywhere. Brian De La Cruz turning into a great player was not on my bingo card this series, but became a good player. Like you could go Yanquiel Fernandez perhaps, but not really. It would have to be for a superstar type player. I always look at Ryan Langford as a player that I could just get and have for 2 years, and he could play and hit 30 home runs. He's always been a guy I've kept on my radar. I don't know. Arson Judge down to it 81. He hit 229. If Aaron Judge hit 229 In real life, I think he would retire, man. Did Mike Trout return? That's something I think Mike Trout had to have returned. He did. He took the qualifying offer. So Mike Trout gets to finish his career out in the Angels, and he's 22 home runs away from 600. Let's look at Shohei Ohtani. What is he looking at right now? Bieber is still a great pitcher. He's at 427 on home runs. Maybe he could catch Trout. I mean, he's got 3 years to hit. No, I don't know. It'll be close. He could catch Trout. And not even in the same amount of years. I don't know. The trade really is going to have to hit us in the face because I'm not finding one that really makes sense. I mean, we could pretty much have made what close to a great team as we can. You have Donaldson, who's going to continue to get better. And obviously people in the woodwork could be good. I don't know. I'm pretty dumbfounded that Alvarez left. I'm going to continue to say that till I'm blue in the face, but I guess with Walker, we can be okay. I don't know, maybe Walker is the guy who plays in the outfield and Melendez is the guy who designate hits. I mean, Walker is probably a better outfielder, honestly. And he's not really that good either, but he's faster. I don't know. But that'll do it for the offseason. Not what I expected. I was expecting to sign Colt Keith and get Alvarez to come back and then trade for a catcher, but you know, sometimes plans change and I'm kind of disappointed but also very excited. Another year we're ranked first in contact, 24th in defense. Who do you think brings our defense down so bad? It's got to be a combination of Melendez and I guess Keith, maybe? Walker? Donaldson maybe a bad defender, I guess they're attributing him. I'm not sure. I don't really care either way. I think for spring training, what we're going to look for is we're going to hit with Walker and Soderstrom and Keith. Definitely get some at-bats in with them. We're going to get some at-bats in with Castro and Santander as well. We're going to get some in with Tejada and Aaron. Why not? Maybe a few. Pitch with Williams. We will do that. And probably just pitch with some of the younger guys like Caleb Collier and maybe Washington a little bit. Not really that interested in spring training as much. But I will be getting some at-bats in with some of the new players. And we'll probably have to trade some people off. You know, I'm just waiting for that big move to be made. I really wanted it to be in the offseason, and I really wanted word on the sign, and I would have just traded for a catcher. I wouldn't even have signed Soderstrom. I would have went Walker, Keefe, Alvarez, Witt. I think it would have been great. What could have been, I guess, will be always the biggest what if in Kansas City sport history if Alvarez stayed. I think it's the best way to get over it is to move on. So, we won't worry about Alvarez anymore. We'll watch his swift decline, but obviously he's got at least 1, 2, 3 good years left in him. But that'll do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the offseason a little bit more than I did. It was kind of a little up and down, but I think it ended well. And peace. I'm out.